Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. In this video, we will be discussing K-means clustering. So what basically K-means clustering is? It is the one of the most simplest and popular unsupervised machine learning algorithms. In this type of clustering, K-means algorithm identifies the K number of centroids and then allocates every data point to the nearest cluster while keeping the centroids as small as possible. In other words, all points in a cluster should be closer to the centroid of the cluster and centroid of different clusters should be as far as possible. Now, K-means clustering is basically a unsupervised learning algorithm which groups the unlabeled dataset into different clusters. Here, K is defined as the number of predefined clusters that need to be created in the process. For example, if we set K equal to 2, there will be 2 clusters, and if we select K equal to 3, there will be 3 clusters, and so on. So K-means clustering is basically a centroid-based algorithm where we calculate the distances to assign a point to a cluster. It is also defined as in this each cluster has a centroid. Now coming to the K-means clustering algorithm, what it mainly performs are the two tasks, which are it determines the best value for K center points or centroids by an iterative process. It assigns each data point to its closest K center. Those data points which are near to the particular K center create a cluster. Now below you can see the different graphs. The diagram below explains the working of the K-means algorithm. In this you can see in the green dots and in the blue dots there are cluster 1 and cluster 2 respectively and with the centroid. Centroid you can see here it is here mentioned, and in the blue dots cluster 2 here it is here, and respectively in the other graphs you can have a look at the centroid which is there in both the cluster. Simultaneously you can have a look at these also, the clusters and the centroids respectively. Now coming towards the next topic, which is how does the K-means algorithm work? The K-mean algorithm basically performs the following steps. First step is we select the number K to decide the number of clusters. For example, we choose number of clusters K. Now next step is we select K random points from data as centroids, or you can say we select random K points or centroids. It can be other from that input data set. The third point is we assign all points to closest cluster centroid, or you can say we can assign each data point to their closest centroid which will form the predefined K clusters. Step 4 is we calculate the variance and place a new centroid of each cluster. The fifth point is we repeat the third steps, which means we reassign each data point to the new closest centroid of each cluster. And the sixth step is if any reassignment occurs, then in that case we go to the step 4, else go to finish. And hence in the step 7 the model is ready. Now coming to the applications part, K-means algorithm is very popular and is widely used in various applications such as document clustering, image segmentation, image compression, market segmentation. The goal usually when we undergo a cluster analysis is either first is get a meaningful intuition of the structure of data we are dealing with, and the second is we cluster then predict where different models will be built for different subgroups if we believe there is a wide variation in the behaviors of different subgroups. An example can be listed here like clustering patients into different subgroups and a model for each subgroup to predict the probability of the risk of having a.
So now we will be looking at our coding part. So first step is that we are going to import our essential library inside the Colab notebook. Like first we are going to import the pandas as pd, from matplotlib import pyplot as plt and percent matplotlib inline. And in second, from google.colab import files uploaded files.upload. This code is used in order to get the file from our local computer, inside the google colab. So like in this we are going to choose our income dash io file. So like in this, like the our file has been uploaded, and now we are going to read our file inside the data frame df. And df dot head will be used in order to get the first 5 rows of our data set. So in order to get the insights from our data set, we are going to plot scatter plot plt dot scatter df dot age df income plt dot x label age and plt dot y label income. So we are just specifying the name for our x-axis and y-axis, and we are plotting our graph between we are plotting our plot between the values of age and income. And now you can see that we have our cluster our data points exactly executed in our plot. So in our next step we are going to import we are import k-means algorithm from the library sklearn. From sklearn.cluster import k-means, and we are going to specify our k-means algorithm with the cluster values as 3 inside our object with the name km. And we are going to use that object to fit predict on the fit predict in order on the values of our age and income columns, and that values we get from this algorithm, we are going to specify that to the y dash predicted. Like in this you can see that we have got our array which specify the cluster 0 1 2. So in our next code we are going to make a cluster we are going to make a cluster column and specify the y dash predicted inside this. Yeah, in order to get the cluster centroid we are going to use km.cluster dash centers. So in the next step we are going to use df.cluster equal 0 to make all the rows with the with the cluster value 0 as a separate data frame, and we will be going to make 3 data frames with the cluster value 0 1 and 2. We have done this in order to use that in our scatter plot, like in this plt.scatter df1.age df1 income, and we have used colored as green. Same with other data frame. We are not going to use the name column as it have no effect of effect in predicting the values. So we also use plt.scatter km.cluster centers, including all the rows with first column as its x in x-axis, and km.cluster the center including all rows with column second as on the y-axis, and we will be going using color purple and marker star and label that as our centroid. And then after we are going to use plt.x label and y label in order to specify the x axis name and y axis name. So in this graph we can see that we have got our cluster separated with the centroids, but in this plot we have not got the perfect result. This is because our data was not pre-processed, or you can say that scaled. That's why our result was not satisfying. So in this we are going to use our min max scaler from sklearn processing library. and we will use min max scalar and specify into the scalar object. So scalar dot fit df income is equal to scalar dot transform df income. We have used scalar object to transform the values, or you can say scale the values inside the income column, and same goes for the age column. And now we will using df dot head to get the first 5 rows, and plt dot scatter is describing our age values and income. Like see that we have got the result, and we will use again k-mean clustering algorithm, and it's like we have done that before also. Same process is going to take place here. Km means in specifying our cluster values as 3. Y predicted km dot fit predict df age income, and we got the result as y predicted. And we got the centroid points here. This shows the x values and this shows the y values. These centers are very essential as they help in predicting the distance of each data point from it. So in this we are going to exactly see our cluster has been perfectly made, including the perfect data points, and also the center point is specified inside the clusters. The same code has been used again. Plt dot scatter df1 dot age df1 income and specify with the color green. Plt dot scatter df2 dot age df2 income color with the red, and same plt dot scatter km dot cluster centers including all rows with the first column as x-axis, and including all including all rows of second column, and describe with the purple. Like you can see that here we have got the centroid with the purple. So in sometimes we are not able to get the perfect number of clusters. Like when we have 20-30 features, we are not able to find out the number of cluster we can make for our data set, for our data. So we use it at that particular point of the elbow plot. So first we specify empty list SSC, which means sum of squared errors, and we take the range up to 1 to 10, and for we will use the for loop k in k range. K means n cluster is equal to km dot fit df age income ssc dot append km dot inertia gives us sum of the squared error, and that is appended into the in empty list we have provided up. And from after running this code we can get the a graph showing the decrease in our increase in our clusters with the increase our number of cluster with the decrease of our sum of squared errors. Like k is equal to 3, we get shows that this is the elbow what we have been talking about. This shows the number of exact number of cluster that should be given into this